Hey, what's up, everybody? Oldish22 here, coming with another My Thoughts video. And today I wanted to talk with you guys about the new movie Goblin Slayer, um Goblin Crown. So, just came out Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. And yeah, I just want to give you guys my thoughts on the movie. And the first thing I would want to say is, just so you guys know, if you haven't watched the movie yet, skip 25 to 30 minutes. I would check the 25-minute mark first because it's all recap from the first season. Unless you guys want a recap of the first season, then go ahead and watch all of it. But if you've already watched season one recently or whatever, and you already know pretty much the first season, I skipped it. I fast forward. I was really worried. I was really worried that it was a recap movie. I was like, no, they can't do this, because I remember the trailer. There was new stuff in this. There was new stuff. So, but yeah, skip the 25-30 minutes, uh, so you can get past that. And just so you guys know, I'm gonna be spoiling the movie because I'm going full deep dive on it and stuff like that. So, uh, I think it's an hour long, I want to say, after you skip the recap. It's weird because they do that recap, and then they do like, here's, Goblin Crown. They do the little like intro. I'm like, we just spent 25 minutes of the recap. It's just weird. But yeah, then it opens up to the new one. And what this movie's about is that there is another adventure group, kind of like episode one. If you remember episode one of Goblin Slayer, it starts off with that adventure group, and obviously terrible things happen. Um, so it's kind of like that episode one. I would. It's not as bad as episode one was, as in how dark it was. But it has some similarities to it, and the Goblin Slayer's quest, him and his group have to go rescue this daughter, and I honestly do not remember the name. Do they even have names in Goblin Slayer? Because I don't know. I swore I looked this up before. No, I think it says Dark Elf, Demon Lord, Druid. Like, what is? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think there is. Like, yeah, like I'm looking at the names right now, and like Cowgirl, High Elf, Archer. That's really weird. I don't know. I don't know. Is she the noble fencer? Is that who this is? Yeah, the noble fencer. Kenshin is Is it Rijo? Anyways, they gotta go save this girl. Her and her group went to they went to go attack goblins in this town that they go protect. And her idea was to go, and she went and they fought them, and they were in a cave, and she wanted to starve the goblins out, which was fine. But day by day went by. No uh no goblins coming out. Like, they should starve, but then they're running out of food and stuff like that. Um which, like, I think her idea was kind of work, but they pretty much got debated. Because what happens then is, like, the whole group is doing different things, but she was kind of just like leading. She wasn't going and doing stuff. Like, they had like a hunter. He would go get some food or whatever. He's like, this is all I can get. And then eventually they came to a situation where, like, one of us should go back to the town. You should go back to the town. And obviously when she goes back to the town, she gets some supplies. But then goblins come out of nowhere. Wow, they do come out of somewhere. The cave was a debate. They have actually another base, which Goblin Slayer kind of figures that out when he goes to investigate. And yeah, then this is like a really dark scene. Kind of like the first episode I was saying. where she runs in and they take out her whole crew, and then the terrible stuff what goblins do in the show. They will rape the girls and stuff like that. It's like terrible stuff. And so yeah, they get into this, but I don't want to explain the whole like series, but that's kind of like the setup pretty much. And then Goblin Slayer comes in, and he has to go find her, and they find out they find her a little bit later on. She's got like this like goblin mark, which I thought was very interesting because when I was watching this, I didn't know exactly because even Goblin Slayer and him and his group were talking about like they didn't know if it was going to be what like a demon or sorry, my phone there, or what's it like an evil, I don't know, evil wizard, or like necromancer or something like that. They didn't know because they're like, I don't know if this is a goblin that's doing this because someone is someone's, because like goblins are not intelligent, so someone's very intelligent, like running all those plans and all this stuff going on. But yeah, I really like the premise. It felt pretty short, but man, the animation was pretty good. Like, I'm not really big on like CGI. Like, I really don't like it, but I kind of okay with the Goblin Slayer one a little bit. Like, there's some scenes where it's fine, and there's some that just not. Because like Goblin Slayer is like really CGI at times. Um, but I do like Goblin Slayer. Like, I like the dude. He's just really cool. I love that he like counts. He I was saying this. I think I'm on. Who was I talking to? I was saying he's like, I don't know if you guys ever watched Cautious Hero. If you watch Cautious, he's kind of like a cautious hero. Like he reminds me of him a little bit, or vice versa, whatever you want. He's just super cautious about goblins. Like he never lets his guard down. Like, oh, goblins could attack us, during the night or whatever. You know, he's just very like up tight about it all the time. He's always on defense. But I like him because like he counts all the goblins that he slayed. He's like, I thought I counted, I thought I counted 20 of them. We only got 19, and then there's one, going, and they well, what oh yeah, he gave a arrow to the elf girl, and it was a poison arrow. But overall, the movie is definitely action packed. It's definitely got that gore. It's got the Goblin Slayer vibe, of course. It's pretty gory, pretty, using the shield, smashing skulls, all that. And then we get to see, the only thing I would say though that was kind of a disappointment is the Goblin Paladin, which is the guy that was leading. It was a goblin. It was a higher up goblin. He wasn't really anything special in my opinion. He wasn't like super strong. I mean, he did fight the Goblin Slayer, but like I don't feel like he was the org, right? Yeah, it was the org in season 1. He was a lot stronger, a lot tougher, and the Goblin Paladin was kind of like, eh. I do like the new girl here, the noble fencer, if you want to call her. I don't know. Uh, but she had like the cool lightning sword. I do like her character as well, and obviously she was mad because what happened to her, and she wanted revenge, and she kind of screws up plans of the Goblin Slayer. Like, oh shit, we gotta fight, which was really cool because you got to see Goblin Slayer and all of them into action. I love the background music. Something with Goblin Slayer background music, because I love like what's the word? It's like medieval, like holiness kind of, music playing, but like Goblin Slayer mix a little like mix with that and some rock. They got like some metal going on at the same time. I really like that. I'm a big the reason why I like Goblin Slayer is I'm really into like the fantasy genre. That's why I'm a huge Lord of the Rings is like my all-time favorite movies and stuff. So I really like the fantasy genre, and so it's like a big, I guess, bias way. And because I know like some people don't like Goblin Slayer is definitely not for everybody. But if you did watch the first season, I think you'll enjoy this movie. It's got your action. The movie effects are pretty good too. There's some really good sceneries. Probably my favorite part is when they're running down the mountain, killing all the goblins when they go down. The only thing I'll say about that though, so when they're running down and they're trying to get away, because they're getting chased, they ran out of the castle because they were at a dwarven kingdom and stuff, and when they got out of that castle and they're running down, they're killing. Like, it's actually a really cool scene. And they're just fighting, they're killing them off, whatever. And I love that like Goblin Slayer, like he like uses all his weapons pretty much, because the dwarf's like, what happened to your weapon? Oh, I threw it. But anyways, I'm jumping around too much. I'm jumping around, but my problem with that the scene I really enjoy is the very end of that scene where they were all running and like the goblins are right behind them, but for some reason when they get to the end, like at the bottom of the hill, they're like chilling and they're like talking, and I'm like, wasn't the goblins just right behind you? And then they do like a far away scene, like, oh, the goblins are over here now. It was a little weird, a little weird. I guess if I want to critique it like too much, I guess. If you guys know me, if you listen to my videos, I critique a lot. So, but I have to bring it up. This is how I am. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy it. It was like a little extra adventure that we got with Goblin Slayer. I would love to get season 2. I'd like to see more deep dive into the lore of this world. With especially when they got the green moon and stuff where the goblins come from, and I'd like to see how far, and I want to see what more ranks are for goblins, because there's got to be higher up goblins. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Not like the best movie of all time. I guess I just like was excited to see more Goblin Slayer, if anything. Like, if I wanted to rate it, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10, I would say. It's between a 6 and a 7. If you guys know me, like a 5 is okay, and then 6 and 7 is kind of like decent, and then 8 is like good, and 9 is really good, and then 10 is just the best or whatever. I don't know. My ranking goes like that. So if I do that out of the 10, I think it's like a 6 or 7 out of 10. It's somewhere between there. If you want to give it 6.5, sure. I think it's worth watching. If you like the first season of Goblin Slayer, I think it's worth watching. You get that just that bonus extra quest, and yeah, it's good. Yeah, I think it's pretty decent. So, also, I would love to know what your guys' thoughts are on this movie. Did you guys enjoy it? Do you think it was okay? 'Cause I'm totally fine if you say it's like okay or even bad. Like, I don't know. I think it's just kind of a fun little movie. I really like the characters. So, anyways, this is my thoughts on Goblin Slayer, Goblin's Crown movie. Have you guys seen it? What are your thoughts on it? Comment down below. If you guys could hit that subscribe button, I really appreciate it. I'm going to be bringing more of these videos to you. Also, I'll be putting this on the podcast so that you guys could listen to it. I do have a podcast called Anime Talk with Old Ish. It's on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher. Pretty much it's on like 9 platforms, so you could probably find it in any audio app. I have a bunch of episodes because each week I bring on guests and we just BS about anime. We'll slay the new stuff that's coming out week to week, or we do like theme stuff. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time, or on Monday is our podcast at 9 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys want to join us there, it's totally up to you guys. We're going to talk some anime. I can't wait for this week. There was a lot of good episodes. Came out, especially if you watched ReZero. My God, that was an amazing episode. And yeah, so I'll see you guys all Monday night. Adios.